Hello and welcome to this channel. My name is Joseph Kelvin Mara. As we are still digging out the reason why our sister, our beloved, our mother suddenly disappeared because someone actually switched off the light and an unreasonable person took the life of an innocent person. But as the truth is gradually unfolding, because the sister of our late Sister Osinachi Nwachukwu, has finally spoken. But before we continue, just take a look at these few videos. Then when we come back, we look at the interview that was made and what she said about the death of our Sister Osinachi Nwachukwu.
The cry you will cry when the saints have gone. Cry it now while the saints are still around. The shout you will shout when you heard that the saints have gone. Shout it now while the saints are still around.
Welcome back. So, as I was saying, now we are now going to look at the interview that was made by Vanguard newspaper. She was actually asked 10 questions and she happens to answer all the 10 questions. So, starting it here is, of course, we are fishing out the truth about the death of our Sister Osinachi Nwachukwu. Now, Osinachi's elder sister speak out, as I have said, because she was interviewed and she finally speak out and told us the 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 actual reason or the main fact why her sister was killed and how she was killed and how she was treated before she died and what she was actually going through before she died. Now, let's continue here. Now, we say the sister of the late gospel artist who died last week of alleged cancer of the throat. Now, according to the post here, we understand that, or we understood that they says that Sister Oshinachi Nwachukwu was killed or died of cancer. But according to this post or according to this interview, they says she died of blood clotting from her husband stomping on her chest as he beat her. What's that? Now, blood clotting, if I may explain that particular one for better understanding, because I was actually working for Dyna Farm and I was doing some kind of this scanning on maybe I was at that particular sector to scan, like show or explain to people what they are actually going through or what is actually wrong with them. And blood clotting is somehow like when the blood actually settled at a particular area. Now, that is what causes pain. For example, those people that normally have these knee pains, right? When the blood slips, let's just take it like that. When the blood slips and it stops the flow of the blood that are weakened, and it also stops the flow of water. It also stops the flow of maybe like oil or so. So that causes pain, and that particular area will affect the rest of the body. So we understood that she died of this particular pain because she was hit at oh sorry she was hit on her chest by her husband. She was hit on her chest by her husband. Right. Now the sister Osinachi today okay, sister Osinachi's sister today revealed, that is to say, the time that this particular article was given, that's what they are trying to say, that sister Osinachi revealed to the Vanguard Metro that her sister died as a result of cluster of blood in the chest from the kicking she got from her husband, Mr. Peter Nwachukwu. Now, speaking with one of the family members, Miss Favor Madi, who is the elder sister of the late Osinachi, she exposed all the immune treatments her sister got from her husband before her immediate death. They were actually aware of what was going on. They knew what was happening because according to this interview that was made by the Vanguard Metro, they says the sister actually knows and she was actually aware of what her sister was going through. Now, let's take a look at the first question. The first question here says, say, we heard it was a cancer that killed Osinachi. Now, this her reply. She did not, now, this is the sister speaking now. She said, she did not die of cancer. The husband, Mr. Peter Nwachukwu, hit her with his leg on her chest. Who on earth does that? God have mercy. Say, all this while he has been beating her by. Okay, all this while he has been beating her. But my sister, before now, we have told her to come out of the marriage. We told her that they are not divorcing and it's just a separation. But she felt that God is against divorce. We told her that separation is not a sin, but just for her to stay alive and take care of our children. She will always tell us to relax and that the man will change. So when the man kicked her in the chest, she fell down and he took her to the hospital. But he did not even tell us. It was her friend who lives in Ebonyi, Ebonyi, Ebonyi. I actually don't know the names because I'm not a Nigerian. Ebonyi State that called her, okay, that called her twin sister because Osinachi has a twin sister to ask, did your sister tell you that Peter hit her on the chest? The sister then told her no, it was the hitting on the chest that killed her. My brother had to ask the doctor what killed her. The doctor said there were clusters of blood on her chest. Unfortunately, they did not tell the doctor that she was kicked in the chest because the doctor could have known what to do if he had an idea of what happened. Each time we talk to her, she will be pleading for peace. Okay, we will be pleading for peace And if we move to act, she will tell us no, that we should calm down. So you see how serious the situation is. You see how serious the thing is. Because what actually was going on in the home and what actually was happening, her sisters and maybe let me say have some of our friends were aware of what was going on, because according to the first question here is we heard that cancer actually killed. So they were trying to cover up what happened. They were trying to cover up. And if you read the part that says here, it say my brother asked the doctor what killed her. The doctor said that there were clusters of blood on her chest. Unfortunately, they did not tell the doctor that she was kicked in the chest, because the doctor could have known what to do if he had an idea of what happened. So that is to say, I don't just know. So is it that this was the actual time that was set for her to die, or is it that this particular death is the will of God? Because how come you now, the last minute, you go to the hospital, or you go to the point, or you go to the place wherein this particular person will have should have been delivered from this particular pain, then you decide to keep quiet, you decide not to talk. And what we understood, or what we see in this first question here, is even when the incident happened, even when late sister Osinachi was taken to the hospital, this man, Mr. Peter Nwachukwu, did not call the family members of the late sister Osinachi Nwachukwu, telling them that this is what has happened, this is what is happening, or this is what is going on. So that is to say, because I've read so many comments on Facebook, and I've watched so many videos, many people calling him the beast, the beast. So does that mean that this man actually is a beast? But we'll not talk about that much. Justice will prevail in that particular area. Looking at the second and third question, the second question says, where was your sister residing and how many children did she have? Also, where is her husband now? Her response was, my late sister Osinachi was living in Abuja with her husband and 4 children, 3 boys and 1 girl. My younger brother, who was gone to see the children, said Nwachukwu is not arrested. He is in his house in Abuja. When my brother got there, the children were happy. So they happy to see him, and they told him that they want to come and see their grandmother, who is my mother. The second question says, where are her children presently? The children are with their father, my brother. Okay, my brother has gone to Abuja to see the children, but I told him not to go alone because the man is a beast, that he should go with someone. So even the sister is afraid of their brother now, not to go alone. So I'm really confused. So going to the fourth question, it says so what is the husband saying now? Now her response was, the husband is just boasting before now. He told the twin sister that he is going to separate her and her sister, who was his wife. He doesn't allow us to come near Osinachi. Since Osinachi got married to him, she has never visited our village, Isu, Isuchi in Abia State. She only visited our village when our father died in 2017. Even the day they were coming for my father's burial, as he was speeding, Osinachi told him to please take it easy. To please take it easy. The way he was driving, there was a little bit of mistake there, and the text was copied like that. So please, I do apologize for that. The way he was speeding, the next thing he did was to slap her. It was my little sister, the second of our last born, who was with her in the car, that told me. When my little sister wanted to act, Osinachi started begging again and told her to calm down. If I were in the vehicle, I would have given him his own slap without saying a word. Osinachi has a very soft heart. Even her twin sister is more courageous than herself. Now on her sick now on her sick bed in the hospital, when the twin sister visited, Nwachukwu didn't allow her to stay with Osinachi. Then Osinachi started begging the husband to allow her sister to stay because she was passing from heart pain. But her sister stayed because she was passing from heart pain. But the man refused. There, Nwachukwu offered her out of Nwachukwu ordered her out of the hospital. Osinachi then begged the sister to leave. Hence, her husband refused. This is very serious. In all the cases that we see from the first questions, in every area, in every sector, we always see that, oh, her husband begged. Osinachi begged. Whenever something very serious happened between them, whenever something very serious happened, something dangerous happened, or something advantageous happened, or something that was violent happened, Osinachi always begged the people that happens to be in the scene to please leave the place. This is very serious. That's why I'm saying, might be this man did something to late Osinachi Nwachukwu. So please, this case must be investigated. But where I'm hearing that Nwachukwu has not been arrested still, that Nwachukwu is still in his house, that's very serious. That's very, very, very serious. So anyway, justice will prevail, and justice will see us through. Because even this that happened, say when they were in the vehicle, the man was like roughly driving, and when late Osinachi told him that please take time the way you are driving, the next thing he did was to slap the woman. Who on earth does that? That's very serious. That is why I'm emphasizing on this word that this man did something to this woman, because if something was not done, if something didn't happen, or if there is no means of like manipulation of bewitchment, such things could have not taken place. So that's very, very, very serious, and note must be taken. It's very, very serious. So going to going to the fifth, sixth, and the seventh question. The fifth question says, What position are you in the family? And how many are you? Now, this question was directly for the sister of the late sister Osinachi Nwachukwu. Now, the sister's response was, I'm the first daughter of the family, and we are six girls and one boy, which made us seven. The boy is the fourth born, and he is 30 years old. The sixth question says, where is Peter from and what does he do? Her response was, he is from Newi. Sorry, I'm not a Nigerian, so I can actually pronounce it properly. Newi. Is it Newi or Newi in Anambra State? He doesn't have any known job to me. This was the sisters speaking that Mr. Peter doesn't have any known job to her. In fact, he ordered my sister to release to him the password of her YouTube music channel. And when my sister said no, he spat on her and also told her the money in his account was finished. So you see a pure violence, pure domestic violence. This is a raw and a negative domestic violence. But let's just continue. The seventh question says, I learned he is your sister's manager. So imagine now the man that doesn't have any job to do. He doesn't have any known job. So how come can he be the manager to this particular person if the violence is not there, if the wickedness is not in his heart? This man was a living beast. I'm not in support of anyone, but I'm here to say the truth, because the truth here is this man was a beast. How come? Okay, let's say this woman is your wife, and if you ask her politely and say, okay, honey, now this is what is happening. I need you to help me with some money. I need you to help me with some cash. But every single step or every single thing that was happening brutally. So this is very serious. So the response to that question was yes, he acts like one. If my sister is booked for a program, the money charged for the program is paid into his account. He is the one that will negotiate the price. All all monies were paid into his account, and my sister will be left with little or nothing. This was somebody that God had God had lifted up. He feels that we have nobody because of our first son is late. He died before my father died in 2017. This was the sister speaking. So he believes that the only brother I have cannot do anything. But the government was there, the church was there, and other people were there. Other stakeholders were there. So he cannot have that feeling. He's just wicked. And you cannot just say, because you have no one to speak for you, you have no one to say anything. The government can speak for you. The elders can speak for you. Even the church can speak for you. So you cannot say that. He feels we have nobody to speak for us. He told us that if Osinachi did not come back alive, she will come back dead. I don't understand. Okay. Now, looking at this last statement, or looking at the ending statement of this question 7, when the woman says the man feels like we have no one to speak. Yes, it is necessary at times, and it happens at times, but that is why we have the government. That is why we have institutions. That is why we have institutions that are fighting against the right of women, that are fighting against the right of families. So let's just say, is it that this family was bewitched, or is it that this family was under a kind of spell? Because all this that was happening, all these things that were going on, no step was taken. And according to the first questions, this woman, or they actually knew what was going on. They actually knew what was happening to their sister, because according to the first question, when they says they heard that their sister was killed of cancer, according to her response, the woman says that they they have actually been pleading to their sister to leave the marriage, but their sister feels like divorce is a sin. So now the same sister is speaking here that this man feels like they have no one to speak for them. They have no one to say anything for them. They have no one to like defend them, but the government was there. So who is to be blamed here? Is is the family at fault, or are we to blame the sister, or are we to blame the relatives? I leave that one to you to say something about that. So going to going to the eighth question. Now the eighth question says, how did you get the information about your sister's death? Her response: when my sister died, he didn't tell us. It was other people that told us about her death. It, it was one of her friends she contacted to cook jollof rice that called Osinachi's twin sister to ask if she had had anything. She said that the time she got to the hospital, she didn't see Osinachi on her bed. The man did not tell us. Then, when we put a call across to him, he didn't pick up until 8 p.m. when he started calling my brother. Meanwhile, we are told that she died the afternoon, but we got the news from other people around 5 p.m. So around 8 p.m., Nwachukwu then called my brother that he has never been allowed to come near them. He casually told him that his wife is dead, that he should come. My brother then asked him, is it now that he wants him to come to his house? Nwachukwu also called my mother and said that his wife is late. My mother now asked him that, so he has fulfilled his promise of killing her. He then switched off his phone. This is very serious. This is very serious, and we are going to be looking at the ending statement, because the ending statements are very important. Now, the mother says, say Nwachukwu also called my mother and said that his wife is late. My mother now asked him that, so he has fulfilled his promise of killing her. So so then he then switched off the phone. So that is to say, even the mother was aware of what was going on. Even the mother knew, even the mother understood what was going on. So I really don't understand. I really don't understand what was happening. Is it that I will repeat this word again? Is it that these people were under some kind of a spell, or these people were under some kind of manipulation? Because you can, in this dispensation, in this generation, in this time that we are now living in, you cannot just you cannot just have the courtesy to mistreat someone's relative just like that. they they will take you out to the police, they will take you out to the law, they will take you out to the government, or they will even react. Because even if the family have no one to speak, the woman may have friends, the victim may have people that will come out and speak out. But nothing like that actually happened in her own case. So what actually happened, or what actually was going on, I don't understand. Because and I feel like, because according to the statement, if the statement was actually true, when the sister says Nwachukwu is never arrested, or was never arrested, and Nwachukwu is in his house, and I will a bit believe that particular statement, because upon all the videos that I've watched, all the news that I've watched, I've not seen where they say, okay, this was how they arrested this man, or this was how they drag him. Or, Nigeria now, when something happens, they will do everything, because Nigeria is full of bloggers, Nigeria is full of YouTubers, and they will go all out to fish out. They will go all out to make sure that they put everything on camera, they put everything on video. But all the videos that I have been watching, all the videos that I've been seeing, all the blog posts I've been following up in Nigeria, nothing like that actually happens. Even if someone may have done it, they have not yet posted it, or they have not yet released the video. So I will actually believe that this man has not been arrested, and this man is still there, comfortable. The mother says he has fulfilled the promise of killing her. So that is to say, is it that they knew that this man said he will kill this woman for what? And they didn't say anything about it. They didn't make any report about it. They didn't go to the police. They didn't make the statement. They didn't go to anywhere. They didn't say anything. They just leave it like that. This is very, very serious. And this particular case must be dogged. This particular case must be investigated thoroughly, because something is wrong somewhere. I believe that something is actually wrong somewhere. So let's get into the ninth question. The ninth question says, what's your mother saying right now? She only wants to see her grandchildren since her daughter is already gone. God have mercy. The children have been longing to come, but Nwachukwu had never allowed them. The children did not know their mother's village except when my father died. Even when my sister visits Enugu. Okay, I guess I know how to call this one Enugu. where where we live for the program. Where we live for the program. Her her flight is always booked back in Abuja on the same day. He doesn't allow her to come to house in Enugu. My mother did not my mother did not do is it Omugu? Did not do Omugu. That it takes care of any of those four children. When they were born, in fact, when Osinachi had her second child, she called me to tell me that this man want to kill her. She called me to tell me this man wants to kill her. This man wants to kill her. I went there to bring her home. After some time, Nwachukwu came with some people to plead, and he was forgiven. So after that incident, I didn't know what he did to my sister, that whatever he does to her, my sister will not talk. Even if she want to talk, she will tell outside. This was what I was trying to say. This woman must have been under some kind of a spell. It is not possible, but it will never happen. Not in this generation, not in this time, where you will mistreat, or you will like misbehave on someone's relative just like that, without them taking you to court. We have seen so many cases wherein people leave marriages, wherein people decide to like forsake or even divorce, where there is money, there is everything, they leave, they pack out. But in the case of our sister, she didn't leave. That is what her sister says in the closing statement of the ninth questions, when they says, what is their mother now saying? The sister says they didn't know, they did not know what the man did to their sister, that whatever he says to the woman, she will do it. Whatever he does to the woman, she will do it, no matter what. So this must be investigated, both physically and spiritually, because something is wrong somewhere. Because the way she was treated was unfair. So, going to the last question, which is the 10th question: how did Osinachi met Nwachukwu? It was where they went for a program. Nwachukwu saw how my sister was ministering. He then fell in love with her. So, let me just give you a piece of advice here. Be you a man or a woman, we must be careful the people we like fall in love with, and when it comes to marriage, you must be careful the person that you marry, the person that you fall in love with, the person that you say, this is my husband, this is my that, because you might lose your life by just following some kind of nonsense relationship, some kind of nonsense thing that you might say, okay, this is a relationship. So all right reserved to the Vanguard News Nigeria. So as I said it before, you go check these guys out, so you find out more about what was going on and what happened, or everything you need to know about the death of our beloved sister Osinachi Nwachukwu. Thank you very much for watching this video. Once more, I'm Joseph Kelvin Mara. Please do make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, as we are just starting. And you subscribing to our YouTube channel, you are encouraging us to do more. You are encouraging us to find out more. At this beginning stage, you might find some things uncomfortable, but please, we assure you that as we are going, we make things better. We are on Facebook. You can check our Facebook page at Joseph Kelvin Mara. And we want to thank you very much for your time and for your watching. Until we meet again in our next video. Thank you very much. God bless you.